It's been a few days kicking back, watching Siege. You're going to Disneyland on Wednesday. The random, like, street barber that I found in Boston was wild. Yeah. Charges and 4 frag grenades.
So the top floor clearance will continue from Daystar. Seal manages to pick up Levy. Good start for them. That leaves just Bullet all alone up there on the top floor.
If he gets the ace, he is mighty. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for him to get one of those today. He will struggle against Daystar, I expect. Finds at least one, though, to start the killing in the round. If he gets an ace this round, Tim, I will cry.
He had a great day the other day. Really impressed with Mitty. Played fantastically well, really putting up some big numbers. And like you say, a real opportunity for him to continue that and sort of build himself into the Weibo game, should it be Dplus Kia that get the win. But at the minute, we stand 4 versus 4, 15 seconds left to go. Falls underneath, has been left alone on the pulse. He could be the win or lose condition here for Dplus Kia, because I think we're going to start seeing that diffuser going down at some point. But there you go, Seal has dealt with him just in the nick of time, and the diffuser will be planted. Nears is trying to get something going from up above, but it's not there. Nears looking in the wrong place. Daystar managed to get themselves out of sight, into position, and they know exactly where this challenge is going to come from. The castle does manage to find nearly one. I don't think he's going to find too many more.
No, really good first round from Daystar as well. Like, it was a very slow, methodical approach to their attack, but even as we saw, they were mindful of the pulse downstairs. Didn't go chasing after him into the basement, because that invites all kinds of cost them the round, essentially, when it makes it a bit too readable. But a rush will definitely help out Tim. They're in there, and that smoke can do absolutely nothing. Joe absolutely rushing his pants off there. No ability to get away either because of the Lion. What a start to the round.
And exactly what I said. We've got Azuki and Seal over by IT, and we've got Souffle and Joe out by Aqua. And then, on top of all that, you've got the Buck Pecan working from underneath as well. This is brilliant from Daystar. They are ticking so many boxes. Nears manages to pick up Azuki, but the trade is there. The Blitz is going to see him through the soft wall. Near's still on his feet, but it's Mitty who was downed in all of that. Likely to be finished off nice and easy. And then Seal walks in for the second. 4 versus 1. It's all up to Bullet on the clash. He gets one. How much can he do with this shield?
Not a lot when it's against another one, I'm afraid, Tim. They've got another, well, a hell of a lot of time to work with here as well. I don't think he's going to have an awful lot to work back with. Only 40 seconds on the clock. As we get into this post-plant situation, they don't need to move here. It's him who's got to make the step forward. And this is a great idea, I think, from Daystar. Don't feel the need to swing onto the clash. Just let him be the one that has to step on towards you. Now going into the 1v1. Joe down quite low on HP, but he won't mind too much, Tim, because that clock is down to about 10 seconds for Bullet to kill 3. He won't even find a single in the whole competition at 6%. It was atrocious. Yet they've already got a plant down, as we've seen throughout this game, but it's Levy getting one back onto Azuki.
Taking down the Striker, you take a lot of utility with them. For anybody unfamiliar with Striker, they get, of course, 2 secondary gadgets.
Side though, Tim, because Daystar are absolutely flying through this one, squaring themselves up here for potentially a 3rd attacking round in a row. Do stand corrected, by the way. This is
They don't want to leave this too late. You've still got 3 smoke canisters in the pocket of Falls. However, Pecan's going to deal with those. Manages to find the kill. So all that denial, all that time wasting that Dplus Kia could have possibly played behind has just disappeared. And now Daystar just need to find themselves a little bit of space to put this diffuser down. 15 seconds left to go. And they're going to look to start getting aggressive. Flashes go out. Souffle manages to trade Bullet as he picks up Seal. Pecan with the final kill, and Daystar close out.
The boys about how the hell they recover this half.
Yeah, big.
Only got 5 kills across those first 3 rounds.
Falls is trying to play on the clash. They need to be aware, of course, that there is a Capitao there. Seal manages to pick up Nears. 5 versus 3. Daystar continue the onslaught that has been happening through these first 3 rounds, and they look good for it. This is the thing. This is Daystar coming in and winning rounds.
Ooh,
you know, I'm sure areas to be critical of Dplus Kia and what they've done, but Daystar has just made their lives so difficult. They've completely surrounded them up on this top floor now. They've just got attacks coming in from everywhere. Levy stands tall on Aqua. Dplus Kia needs somebody to do this, and right now it's Levy with the shotgun.
Yeah, and it's Souffle pushing in. Hasn't really got any flashes that can make this easier for him, and Bullet's going to find Joe. That's looking a little bit better for them. If he'd lost that fight, it would have been absolutely calamitous, but there's 2 kills for Bullet. Massive. Souffle gets Levy, though, Tim. That's the one thing I really need to see them hold on to, because now you've got Falls under a little bit of pressure, They've got to be really respectful of what's coming in now from Daystar.
Yeah, Falls is kind of pinched in between the two, but Bullet gets an important kill, because if Seal could have played onto Catwalk a little bit more, then Falls can't really turn either way, because he'd have had one either side of him, whereas now he can just front up towards Souffle, who's coming in from Aqua. That was much better from Dplus Kia, so it feels like what they did there, particularly crouched, there he is. He's going to be charged with trying to hold back this pressure from IT. Mitty manages to finally find one of those peaks. Pecan Zoo it is taken. Play into them and take the opportunities when they present themselves like that.
Shot from Mitty as well. Second man removed. But it kind of comes back to the sort of thing we've seen several teams getting wrong over the last few days, Tim. They've let Mitty run away with it. He's just been running around the map here, causing absolute chaos. They haven't had eyes on him, and now they're sort of stuck, trying to make this push happen on the top floor. Bearing in mind, the site is on the downstairs. Bullet, yet again, just waiting for them to push onto him. A nice, quick, easy swing. He gets a kill. They've at least got him somewhat squeezed in here, Tim, but no one actually able to get the kill.
And the thing is, it's like I said, Bullet's now playing this game where he's just going to stay there. He doesn't need to really peek. He doesn't need to look. He doesn't need to give them anything, because it's just wasting so much time, him sitting here. He's got his kill. He used his FNAT to support it, and he could use it again here in exactly the same way as they try to approach him. You can see it's active. There you go. But this time, Joe is ready for it. But the damage is done, because it's taken 2.5 minutes. Dplus Kia finding far much more success with that time-wasting game. No idea that Falls is waiting for them. That's one left. And it's going to be Joe going up against 3. Manages to make it 2.
It's got to be an ace all the way as well, Tim. He has to know they're inside the site here, but of course, zero idea actually where they are. Can step in here and go for a plant maybe, but it's the amount of time that he's got that's really not going to help here. He's going to try and stick it, but immediately both players mobilize. They hear that diffuser going down, and Joe's got no choice but to give his life away to Mitty there, who gets a 3K in the round.
Kind of protects the flank a little bit, because nobody's going to want to be so aggressive. Just turns away at the wrong time, but to the right place. Manages to get a double there, the Warden, with Azuki being downed and finished off by Mitty. 4 versus 3, and that attempt to jump on into sight to get aggressive falls apart for Daystar as the kills keep rolling for Dplus Kia. Mitty with another, traded out by Seal. 40 seconds left to go. Backline, he's the redundancy here for Dplus Kia, so even if it kind of goes wrong, he's in the position to mop things up, and they've got to deal with that. The drop comes in through the hatch. Here's it, no problem. There's your redundancy dealt with. Bullet on the final kill. Dplus Kia of serious, and maybe they just don't like the
in those final 3, but now they get to move on to the defense of their own map pick, and
they come through. We get Grim and Kate Nectar as well.
I think they're just going to swing.
There you go.
I mean, he still wins. At least they lined up for the 2 versus 1, though. And if he had hit that shot there, Seal, it would have been wonderful. Because but now really needs to get the fire coming if they wanted to go so before those ADSs can recharge. And no, he's let it come back onto him. They've lost it, but it was bait all along. Fall stepping out and getting rid of Azuki. It might not
really have a choice. He's got intel coming in from Seal that's feeding him that. He's on the cams at the minute.
Can't get away with this.
They've let him do it. He's just strafed out and picked up 1. Can he find a second? Falls. He manages to take down Pecan. Still advantage Dplus Kia, but a big play from Souffle as he gets himself another 2v2.
Levy really can't be letting him get away with this, Tim. Souffle's still alive and standing here. Everyone's super low HP, but Mitty carries on his reign of terror. Closes out the kills that you cannot afford to be missing. And I'm not saying that strictly costing the round there, Tim, but it was a 2v1 at the end to the side of Dplus Kia. They probably could have got away with it if they'd managed to find those kills. Daystar, Souffle at least making sure that mistake isn't repeated before us. The more Daystar can get up in front of their face and shut them down, the better they'll be. And Fury were really effective at this yesterday. However, 2 collapse on the side of Daystar as Falls and Levy comes with which to get this done.
And importantly, they've got the kill onto the smoke, which is your big player for denial there, for wasting out that time at the end of the round. But Seal has managed to just get onto the backside of them. Pecan with 1 onto Bullet as well. 3 versus 2. Falls is just kind of full sending this into sight with the Blackbeard, looking to get aggressive, see if he can find some kills. He does flush Azuki into the path of Mitty. So that leaves us now in a 2v2. Mitty had a slow start to the match. It's the only way to say it, but he really has come out with a little bit more pace in this second half. Pecan manages to find the headshot onto Falls. Blackbeard down. It's all up to Mitty. 5 seconds. And he doesn't win this one. Seal picks it up. And Daystar IT Going to just be slowed up a little bit by that Razor Bloom. Absolute freebie for 2 as he walks in. They must have known he was pushing. He triggered the Razor Bloom. They've not reacted, and they've been punished heavily.
What did I say about that bulletproof, Tim? They didn't see him marching on up. They've had a player coming up at the same time on catwalk to distract, and he's walked in and got himself 2. They're on for a flawless round here, Tim. And Bullet closes it out. That is an excellent attack and something we've been waiting to see.
A little look in here and see what I get, and it's 2. And I think that's good.
The razzle dazzle.
That's the razzle dazzle. He's giving the footwork. He's giving the eyes. He's giving the movement.
But it is now the second round in a row. Oh!
Ears!
That's some of my favourite moments when we both go, oh, together. It's amazing.
You just need to chill out for a minute. Let this wall get opened up and let things develop.
They do, but it feels like it's a bit of a stem the bleeding moment for both sides in a way. Dplus starting out so strong, and like that, they lose 2, Tim. A round of Rainbow Six Siege, continue back, get on your belly like a snake, and just sit and wait. Bait him in, draw him in. Souffle going down like that, Tim. That's 2 kills back.
That's effectively now a 2v2, and they know where one of the 2 is. This is a dangerous spot now as the kill comes in from Levy. It's 2v1. Souffle is down, but so is Falls, actually. So we find ourselves now in a 1v1. The swing comes across. He's going to get his man.
These two as a pairing these days. You'll normally see one or the other, because there are just so many strong operators in the game. I mean, look, you got Thorn, we can never mind Tim, they're just going straight in.
Forget
Mitty
it.
and Nia's getting 2, they're looking for a 3rd already. This could be over before it's even started, Tim. They make it a 3, and yet again, Mitty continues his reign of terror. They have just destroyed the other side here. Daystar, it's only Pecan left.
Yeah, opportunity spotting at its finest there from Dplus Kia. Just seeing that window of a chance to get in there, get aggressive. They do so. Pecan finds one, at least stops it being a flawless, but can do.
It's going to be a rushing towards site, Tim. They're not even here, and with all this utility, this should be theirs for the taking.
Yeah, and I think at this point, yeah, no idea. Absolutely no idea. Daystar, you can be forgiven because he's just come running straight in there and got aggressive. Next kill comes in. Levy putting the plant down. This almost certainly looks like it will be going to Dplus Kia. They've said enough is enough on that Haven Labs. We're coming for the win, and we want to get this map done. They don't want any extras, and it's currently 5 versus 3. The post plant is in position.
They've been enjoying that French cheese, Tim. 2 rounds in a row here. They've absolutely cheesed the face off the side of Daystar. They're into a 2v3, but this feels unwinnable. You're against the shield, you've got the Capital, you've still got the Ying on side as well. It is not looking pretty, but a wonderful execute coming out from Dplus Kia. As we say, completely catching them by surprise. Falls down to low HP, but hits the flash, and this one is pretty much done. Souffle with it all to recover by himself. He won't even get the chance. Dplus Kia with a great recovery after being down 0-3. Take away Daystar's map pick. It's the first place that you feel cold.
Yep.
And it also makes your ears most susceptible. Tell me though, which one would you want? Headache or frostbite?
Frostbite.
Thank you. Dplus Kia wanting to go.
Bullets on the Deimos as well. You just saw him there, just on the left of your screen as that drone's going through. This drone is being done by Bullet because he wants to go underneath and he wants to work his way up mezzanine. I thought he might go and try and deal with Desk, but instead he's just getting aggressive because he's seen an opportunity. And again, it's something Dplus Kia have done really, really well so far, is to opportunity spot and to take aggression. Brilliant from Bullet. Absolutely phenomenal. Double kill. Gets them rolling now. 5 versus 2. This is a round going to Dplus Kia almost certainly.
Yeah, great movement by Bullet as well. Just kept on pushing, knowing that he could get flanked by Azuki, who was a little bit asleep at the wheel and let him get away with that one. But look at this, 70 seconds to play with, Tim. They've got gadgets for days. They've still got these traps coming out from the Deimos. This is Dplus Kia's round for sure.
If you remember, I said I wanted Bullet to deal with that position behind the desk, and he's done exactly that. He's gone. Joe manages to get the kill, but look at how low health he is. He's got no toxic babes left anymore. Simple as that. Seal gets dealt with from below as well. Bullet has had a
the way that he has. I'm absolutely loving seeing it. It's been amazing.
Yep.
And his whole team was so happy that he gets that moment in front of his family and friends. It's a wonderful thing for him.
great pickup from Seal there to kick things off.
There for a second, and here we go. The march on forward from Falls begins. Will he find his man?
Just going to try to work around the extremities of that toxic babe canister. Doesn't matter as Joe manages to get one, but here come Dplus Kia. Mitty and Nia's one apiece. Mitty in a second, and this is the problem. You just can't legislate for a pillar.
Defenders, and it really is kind of what you might say is a 3v2 in essence.
They know at least where one of the positions is, but the flash comes
Oh
in perfectly
my.
done. Nias then manages to take down Pecan. 2 versus 1 now. Daystar could be left seriously kicking themselves. Nias is in a position to think about putting this diffuser down. He just needs a little bit of support against Azuki, and they just got a little bit mistimed there. But it's Azuki versus Mitty. Who is going to come out on top? Mitty is the one with low health. I think he knows exactly where Azuki is, but a quick pre-fire around the corner. The ground that he did like he did last time around, but he does have the shotgun. That wouldn't be a bad weapon to be taking this close fight. That's exactly what he's going to go for, but I like this. They've managed to just create a bit of distance, but then somehow Bullet closes him down. Manages to get the headshot with the shotty onto Pecan. Mitty elsewhere, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, it is 5 versus 3.
And they're ready for the flank this time. They've learned from last time, Tim. They know that Azuki tried to come up behind them, so they stuck a second player in behind Bullet, and he's done all the work.
He's going to force them into bad positions. Joe somehow just kind of wheeling around, jumps up on a counter, manages to find the kill, and Daystar fight their way back into this one.
Oh, no, fair enough. I was like, wrong gadget? What? Why have we burnt fire? I don't understand. I don't understand.
This is a mistake from Dplus Kia, like you say.
What are we doing? I'm sorry, but that was so easy to read.
Is Bullet went to work underneath on the demo.
But I haven't seen it throughout the tournament so far.
No, we haven't seen it
happen. What are we doing? Okay, fair.
It was certainly the old way of dealing with the Warden was to drop the EMP just above him outside.
Yeah.
Too
It's always something in a rock and a hard place, but this is again one of those rounds where we're in a 5v2, Tim. I'm sure we can close it this time.
Yeah, I don't think Dplus Kia will be making the same mistakes. Both of the players remaining on the side of the defender up on the top floor, so it is now just a case of chase them down and go for kills. He's got a Blackbeard up in his face. Really nice kill there from Souffle. Manages to take out Falls, but he's not going to get any more. You can see bullets coming from all directions there.
What it means when you do things like this. Nia's marching on forward, trying to do what he can, but this is why we have those thorn traps on side, Tim. Didn't slow him down. It's a kill back and forth, but 2 kills go the way of both teams here at this point. Down to a 3v3.
They have managed to take down the Blackbeard. That is a big kill for Daystar, but Azuki, Pecan, both taking damage. Souffle manages to pick up Mitty. It's all up to Bullet and Nias from here. Nade goes out, just trying to get people moving. 2 versus 3 now as Dplus Kia try to march on through, but Azuki had a great round down in the basement last time around, hitting that 1v2. Now steps up for his team again. Takes down Nias, and it's all up to Bullet in the 1v3. Diffuser down cold as well, and they've got one up above Dez.
If anyone can do it, it's Bullet, let's be frank, but I think even he's probably a little bit out of his depth here. There's just so many angles that you can be challenged on down here. He's got the right idea, sees the mirror and finds the headshot. That's a great kill. Now looking for the second, but has to be so careful of the verticals up above. Last 15, doesn't have the diffuser either. Sorely needs to win this gunfight, but I don't think he'll be given the chance, Tim. He's also got to find a way to get the diffuser, which is down towards his south. He ain't going to have any clue on where it is and how to get there right now. Has to win this gunfight. 1 HP to his name and does get it, but 2 seconds left. This round is over.
The mistake from...
Right, they've really got to get a move on now. Levy's inside the bathroom and starting his push on forward. So smokes get rolled out towards Mez. Bullet once again making that push, but Pecan gets him while half flashed out. Finally gets pushed in from bathroom. I will give it to them, Tim. Their push on towards Mez and bathroom every single round has been excellent.
Brilliant kill from Nias. Knows where Seal is located. Manages to open up that soft wall and find the angle. It was a tough one, but he got the job done. That really opens things up. 3v2 though, as Souffle again. He always has these big flashpoint moments. Out of the map he goes, gets a kill, and gets Daystar back into this, but Falls is putting the diffuser down, and he's almost certainly going to be able to stick it. Toxic Babe goes out too late. The damage is done.
Really, really good round from Dplus Kia, and they haven't messed up the plant this time around. They've ensured there isn't a player in. And that will take us into Chalet.
Yeah, round 7, I think, is going to be particularly important here because it's Kia now. They can just lock down top floor, basement. If they can get those...
Tim as our resident Chanka expert, that is enough time to keep things locked on through. But Joe's in behind the glass, but look at this, nice and close. Must hear the rip, surely. All he's got to do is spray if he looks up towards his side and find his man, but no! Joe pushes out the smoke, a C4 up over the top. He's going to find his man as we're into the final 5 seconds. They get another kill. It is panic stations for the other side. Mitty, the last one standing as we get to the last 2 seconds. He's done all that he needs to hold on. and Dplus Kia will win with the help of the clock.
Castle along, it's not what we'd call sort of general utility. It's not something like a book or a sledge that's kind of just always useful. You know, you've got a very specific plan for it. Bullet manages to pick up Souffle. That's a big opener. That's the route heading towards that 2-0. Daystar, now is the time to step up.
I love Mitty's set up here with the trip, by the way, because it makes it so hard to... Never mind, he's dead.
The caster curse is real this round. The Monte manages to knock Nias down, and Pecan is there to finish the kill. Azuki is likely to be collected as well at this point because Falls, I was going to say Bullet are both down in sight, but no, Bullet's lurking. He is waiting, but they're aware of his position. If he comes around, it's an easy pickup. They had the drone intel on him, and that is Bullet out of the round. 1v4 now. 25 seconds, that is going to be the key factor.
So look how much time they can waste here, Tim. They've still got Denaris down, they've still got 2 smokes they can play with. He can't really drop into this too easily. If he does, he'll take a bit of damage, and no doubt a second one can follow on through here. Going to start his push, sees the operator. Did he miss his legs to the right? He must have... No! He must have seen his feet, Tim! Time is on their side! Daystar! They're going to absolutely crumble, Tim! Down to the last 2 or 3 seconds. Falls has got to look to his right, and he does! Dplus Kia! They hold on, but how on earth have Daystar let that one get away from them?
What a clutch from Falls. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Versus 4, 20 seconds left to go. Look, Daystar, they've got to start pushing into sight, and Levy's going to hurt them.
For sure. It's again 10 seconds left or so at this point. It's going to be an absolute calamity again, Tim. I said they had to tighten things up instead. They're really going for throwing this one away as quickly as they can. We're looking into a 6-3 lead here for Dplus Kia. Suzuki going to get absolutely nothing, not even a single kill. And no rounds to be found in this half either. It is looking...
At this point, I'm sure they've had a wonderful tournament at SI26, but they can...
Once again, they have painted themselves into a corner where the clock is their worst enemy. Even now burning out this fire onto Mezzanine itself. Bullet will get down, but they need far more than just a down, I'm afraid, Tim. They need magic.
Yeah, it looks like Bullet might even be collected. Nias has made a move in his direction, but they're going to go in for the plant. No real choice otherwise. Nias taken out by Seal. The cover is there. The plant is stuck. This is good from Daystar. They continue fighting 2 versus 3, but Bullet is one of the 3, so effectively 2 versus 2. But how about this? Levy, he's going to go and pick his man up. That could be a big choice. It gets another gun on the board.
Oh, Mitty went off running up towards Highway as well to see if he could help on Mass, but no, it was closed off, and now all 3 have joined together. They need to get Seal. He's the main man holding the key power position for them. They're going to step round and lose at least 1. They're going to swing round for the Chanka for the second, but Seal gets another, and now looking for number 3. The C4 not quite finding his man. Bullet has got to go now, Tim, but I'm afraid he's out of time. Daystar managed to hold on by the skin.
In front of you there, Mitty has got information. He's working hand in hand with Nias. Bullet manages to pick up another. They haven't really got anything on side to deal with this echo. No IQ has been brought along, no intel to be able to feed them and tell them where these cams are coming from. And Dplus Kia are winning the round. They're winning the match on this intel at the minute.
They're so spread apart as well, Tim. Pekan's actually won out his gunfight here on Highway despite having the Yokai to assist Mitty. It's a start, but as I was just saying, Daystar are trying to push 3 different angles all at once, and that is normally a recipe for disaster. But every player on Dplus Kia is dug in pretty tight, all playing in close proximity and looking to support one another. Bullet, 17 kills on this map, Tim. He wants to go through to that game against Weibo, and they're about to lock it in here, unless Pecan can carry on. He's good for 2.
Souffle has moved his way into bathroom as well, so there is pressure coming from both sides, but as soon as one goes, it makes it difficult for the other. Pecan taken out over on the top side. Echo stunned. They know where he is. Nias steps around and gets the final kill, and Dplus Kia continue their run in the lower bracket. They will face Weibo later today.